Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Live Boldly with Sara. I'm so happy to have you here because today's episode comes straight from my heart. I've been sitting with what is the message that I want to put out into the world. Grab your journals. This is a concept that I don't talk too much about, and I want to share it with all of you because I do find it to be extremely helpful, which is the perspective on our life when we choose to do something differently or we navigate differently. We get into relationships, we start a new career, whatever it is, as we continue to up level. Now, I'm at a space right now, as you all know, where I am shifting my business from retreats, though, yes, I'm still doing them. So make sure you dive into the new website because we are still doing retreats. And I'm doing more stepping into keynote speaking. I wanted to do this because I was at a space, if you listened to last week's episode, I was at a space where I wanted to try something that I knew from the bottom of my heart was right for me. So many of us become very afraid of that because we find that the heavy lifting is too much to take on. The heavy lifting of creating something different or of stepping into a space that might feel uncomfortable. Where I want to flip the script is you are never starting over. All right. You are always starting again. You don't have to do all of this heavy lifting from your past. You're not starting over. You are learning from the experiences, the thoughts, the ideas, the solutions that you've already created in your life. When we can pull that part away from it, it lessens the fear. It lessens the amount of hard work that we think we're going to be navigating through. Though there is always hard work, right, of starting again. That said, you're not starting over from ground zero. Your foundation is already there. You already have so much knowledge to bring to the table, so much history and wisdom. And when we can flip that script and look at it in that way, it shifts it from intimidation to motivation, right? And I want to give you a few steps, a few things. What got me to this space, first of all, and also I want to give you a few different tips to help you to move forward in your life and not feel like you're having to do all that heavy lifting because there's so much wisdom to each one of you. You bring so much to the table. Let me give you an example. When I wanted to step into keynote speaking, when I had this call from my heart and my soul, because I used to be a teacher. And if you listen to last week's episode, I talked all about it. I remember sitting there with okay, but what message do I bring? I'm going to have to strip myself all the way down again. And I thought start over, quote. And then I ended up working with somebody, Tasha, who is amazing. And she was helping me with my messaging. And she said to me, you are so much more wise and you bring so much more of this experience that others don't have. Why wouldn't you build upon that? Meaning, you lead people through the Grand Canyon. I mean, there aren't that many people that do the type of work that I do, by the way. And she said, why don't you use that as your message of resilience and problem solving and navigating through the challenges of life in business, within people's organizations, corporations, bring all that wisdom to the stage. You really are going to bring the Grand Canyon to the stage, Sara. And I was like, oh my gosh, ding, ding, ding. Why wasn't I thinking about that? Why was I thinking that I had to strip it all the way down and start over when actually what I'm doing is creating something from the foundation that I'm already really good at and literally building upon that, up leveling in my own space, creating a whole new story from this space that I have loved to be in for the last 10 years, which is the GC. And I remember sitting with that and I was like, oh my gosh, Sara, so many times in my life, I have fought that phrase of starting over because I'm like, I'm not starting over. I'm never starting over. I'm literally simply starting again, right? And so when she brought that to me, it was right in front of my face. And I'm sitting there looking and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I do, right? Your foundation is already there. Bring to the table what you already know, because that is how you will create something that is so magnificent because you're bringing your own wisdom, your own learning, and you're just building upon that. So I was thinking about some different pieces to this of what is it that I could teach all of you, and or some really good tips to take this in your own life, where you're flipping the script from starting over to, oh, I'm starting again. If it's in business, personal, professional, you want to jump into a whole new career, whatever it is. First of all, whatever it is that you are wanting to do, right? Whatever problem is in front of you, whatever it is that you're wanting to create, just remember that you've already created many solutions. You've already had many solutions to those ideas and problems in your past. So build upon something that you've already done. Use a solution to a problem that's already worked before. Because here's the thing. Don't reinvent the wheel when the wheel has already been created. And I think that so many of us forget that. We've already solved so many problems in our past. And so if we can build upon what we've already done, some solutions that we've already created, it makes the lifting that much easier. It makes it so much less intimidating and so much more motivating, because that's where we can get creative with the problem, with the thing it is that we want to create. The second thing is find those people that can help you, that can brainstorm with you to create whatever it is that you want to create. That for me was Tasha. She was that person that I kept turning to. I'd send her scripts from my new Keynote and I'd say, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this story? Or what if I bring this story in? And she would say, well, that one's not going to work so much for that. Leaders aren't going to understand that. That's amazing. Definitely bring that one in. Go a little more deeper with that story, Sara, because when you can get somebody to bounce stuff off on, when you can brainstorm with those people that understand you and understand what goal it is that you're looking to achieve, it can get you there that much more quickly. And once again, it makes the lifting a lot less heavy for you. The third thing that I would say is reverse engineer whatever it is that you want to create. This was big for me, and I still do this. When I am taking I'll give you an example. When I'm taking my clients to the canyon, we stand on the edge of that canyon and we imagine what it's going to be like when we finish our trip. In other words, how are you going to be at the end? How do you want to be at the end of whatever it is that you're looking to create or do? How do you want to feel? Like really feel into it. What are the thoughts that you want to have? How do you want to exist when it is that you have completed that goal, when you are there doing it, whatever it is that you are walking towards? When you reverse engineer your problem, when you reverse engineer what it is that you want to create, you now look back and go, okay, what are the steps that I have to take to get there? Remember, though, your starting point is not starting over. Your starting point is starting again. So you're already starting from a foundation of what you know. So when I'm thinking about that in my own life, I'm imagining, when I was writing my speech, for example, I was imagining me standing on stage and what it was going to be like for me to deliver that speech. I still do this. When I'm practicing my keynotes, I was just doing it this morning. When I'm imagining myself on stage, I'm literally delivering as that future version of me, right? It makes it so much easier because you're already that person. You're simply walking towards that person that you are becoming. And then the fourth thing that I'm going to say is sometimes you have to step away, take your time, sleep on it to create whatever it is that you're wanting. Starting again can require a little bit of energy. It's much less energy than starting over, though, my friends. And that said, patience is key. So if you're wanting to rush through it, you're going to miss the steps. Sometimes you need to actually take that pause, maybe go take a nap, maybe go sleep on whatever it is, the ideas that you are in the middle of as you're creating whatever it is that you are walking towards, and give yourself some space and some time within your mind to really process everything along the way. That has been a huge piece to my puzzle, huge, huge piece, because I really want everything done right away. That's how I am. Like, I love to just like jump right in. And what I've realized is that so much in life, there's timing to this, and you can't force it. You got to sit in it, let it unfold as it's intended, and just really have this faith and belief that whatever is happening in the moment is also getting you to that end result, whatever it is that you want to create. So I hope that these 4 steps help you in really realizing that you're never starting over. You are walking towards whatever it is that you're wanting to create in your life from a place, a foundation that's already there. It's starting again. My friends, if this helped you, which I hope it did, please share it out into the world. Now, what's most exciting, as you know, my website's out, my new website, sarahschultingcrans.com. Go take a look at it. Yes, we are still running retreats. In fact, Florence Williams and myself, we decided that we are going to run one in July, another, The Journey of Awe. Why are we doing this again? Because it's amazing. It's literally incredible. It's 12 people up in the retreat center that we've been in for the last few years, up in the San Juan Mountains, just outside of Telluride, Colorado. If you want to join us, please message me. Let's get you in. I do have a Grand Canyon retreat in June as of right now as well. That is going to be a male-female retreat, a leadership retreat that's going to be a deep dive into self and coming out, ascending in agility and lasting growth. And so I'm really excited about that as well. So we do have those 2 retreats going on. And if you know of anybody that is looking for a keynote speaker to bring the Grand Canyon to the stage, leadership, resilience, problem solving, I'm so excited about these keynotes, and I would love to talk with you. Lastly, my friends, if you haven't heard, we are giving away free, these are so exciting, screensavers for both your phone and your computer. There are 12 screensavers that are going to be dripped out to you every single month. So every month on that same day, you're going to get a new one to put into your phone. They're beautiful. They're from pictures in my own phone, and these have inspiring, motivating, different quotes that I have come up with throughout my own journey that I'm so excited to share with all of you. So go into my website, sign up for those, and enjoy them. I am really excited about sharing this with you. Put this out into the world for those people that also need to hear it. And if you would like to put it into your social media, tag me at Sara Schulting Crans so I can reshare as well. I'm excited to have all of you here. Remember, you are never starting over. You are always starting again. Take the lift off. It's much less heavy when you can look at it in this way. I love you. Thank you for being here, and have a wonderful remainder of your day.